Hi guys, welcome to today's video. For those of you who have not joined me before, my name is Melissa Joyce and welcome. And for those of you who have, welcome back. We are doing our BB cream showdown today, and we are talking about the Rimmel BB cream, specifically in the matte version. We are putting this to the test up against the e.l.f. BB cream that I did a first impressions of last week. I will put a card up here of the e.l.f. one if you want to go back and watch that. If you have not watched one of my BB cream showdown series before, what I do is 1 week I will take one BB cream, do a first impression and review throughout the day. Then I will continue to use that BB cream over the next week with different primers, different powders, different ways of using it to really try to find the best way and form a more full impression. Then the next week I will do another BB cream first impression and wear test, do the same thing through the week, and then the next week come back and tell you which one has won. Eventually, when we get a few more showdowns done, we will start putting the winners up against each other. So today we are going to be talking about Rimmel. Which I have not used many Rimmel products, and I'm going to warn you now, when I do product reviews, I tend to talk about the company, then about the product, and then either do a first impression or give my review. There's going to be a little bit of a longer discussion about the company, so what I will do, if you're not that interested and want to skip ahead, I will put down here the time that you can skip forward to get specifically to the product. But let's talk about Rimmel, because I was fascinated. As I said, I didn't know much about this, and I thought it was going to be, you know, blah blah brand, maybe started in like the 70s or 80s. I personally most remember Rimmel as the brand with Kate Moss. As somebody who was in high school and grew up in the 90s, Kate Moss was like the model. It was when that sort of heroin chic was in style and everybody was very thin and emaciated, and she had that look. And I think it was also when she was dating Johnny Depp, maybe? She was dating somebody who was also famous. She was like an it girl, like super in. So I always associate Rimmel with Kate Moss, and it's the association, which makes sense because Kate Moss is their spokesperson and has been apparently since 2001. So they probably got her just as she was sort of coming out of that 90s really hype quite a bit. And they talk about her being the epitome of that sort of London look and fashion that the brand represents. So I was amazed to find out that this brand, Rimmel, actually goes back to the 1800s. It talks about in 1820, a famous French perfumer, man who made perfumes, who had apprenticed under some very famous person, took the invitation to move to London to manage their own shop, open their own shop with their apprentice and their son, and that was when Rimmel was born. The younger man was Eugene Rimmel, which is where the name came from, and he carried on this tradition and was very good at coming up with different ways of advertising, catalogs, advertising in theater magazines, coming up with very popular perfumes and a number of different new products at the time. It mentions that when he passed away in 1887, his sons took over and also did amazing things and came up with some of the first mascaras, and that in many languages, mascara, the word for mascara is actually Rimmel because of this family and the cosmetics that they came up with and how new and popular they were at the time. It then talks about the company being bought and that it was bought a number of times and sold after World War II through like the 70s and 80s, and then eventually was acquired by Coty. Now Coty, as their parent company, is a brand that has, or a company I should say, that has 77 different brands that are part of it. Calvin Klein, Clairol, CoverGirl, Marc Jacobs, OPI, Philosophy, Sally Hansen, as well as Unique, which is that brand that people sell peer-to-peer, and a number of others. Across all of these brands, Coty makes about $9 billion a year in revenue. It is a publicly traded company, which means that you can go buy shares of it on one of the stock exchanges. Back to Rimmel, they are very much a cosmetics company. They make a whole range of cosmetics, and as you probably know, they are sold at the drugstore, so they are that drugstore range. They have cosmetics, all kinds of face products. They also have nail products. They are not into skincare. The only kind of skincare item that they seem to have is makeup remover, which is more tied to cosmetics. Onto this product itself. It is a BB cream that is a 9-in-1 skin perfecting super makeup. I have mine in the shade Light. There appear to be only 3 shades of this. However, this is their matte BB cream. They also have a Radiance BB cream and just a BB cream. And I believe the just plain BB cream comes in 7 shades. This, I believe, in the US will cost you about $6. I see on our Walmart site here in Canada, it costs about $9, but I think I paid more for this at Shoppers Drug Mart. But in any case, it is sort of a middle of the road kind of price for a BB cream. And the 9-in-1 that it talks about is that it minimizes the appearance of pores, even skin tone, mattifies, controls shine all day, smooths, soothes, conceals dark circles, helps prevent blemishes, and gives all-day coverage. Dermatologists test it, clinically test it, non-cotogenic. Cotogenic. I never know how to say that word. Or I know how to say it, it just never comes out of my mouth properly. It is 1 fluid ounce of product. It is a squeezy tube. So what I'm going to do is put this on my face. We will get on to that now. So my skin has been washed and moisturized, but no primer put on. As I've mentioned before, I like to test my first impression of all the BB creams in the same way, and I do that without a primer. So we are going to do half my face with my fingers and half my face with my beauty blender. I checked on the bottle and on the website, and it doesn't seem to tell you how to apply it. Brushes never seem to do that great for me, so I'm gonna try with the fingers and beauty blender. And there it is. It looks a little dark. I know it looks light there, but actually on my hand it looks maybe a little dark. Let us try the finger side first. And it's also pretty runny. Like, as compared to some of the other ones, I can't really keep my hand to one side for long or else it's going to run off. Start with that much and see how it does. So the color match actually appears to be pretty good. That was pretty easy to blend, and I do definitely see that it has evened out my skin tone. It's maybe a touch on the yellow side for me, but you know, they only make a few shades, so it's never going to be an exact color match. I think maybe it has minimized my pores a little bit. It's definitely given me a bit of coverage. It has evened out my skin tone. It has maybe filled my pores a little bit. It doesn't look super matte at this point. It still almost looks a little bit dewy. So let's try the other side with the Beauty Blender. I really like the way that the Beauty Blender applied that. I am looking pretty darn flawless on this side of my face. That is crazy. It really just looks like my skin, but evened out. Much more so, not much more so, but more so than the side that I did with my fingers. So I have a tiny bit left. I'm actually just gonna go over the side with my fingers with the Beauty Blender because I want to achieve the same finish that I achieved on that side. That is really nice. I am impressed so far. I'm gonna zoom you in for a look. See how even that's made everything? And, whoop, a little too close. It's really filled all those pores really nicely. I shouldn't miss my eyelids, should I? Do those too. Wow. This is one of the nicest applications of foundation or BB cream that I have seen. I am amazed at how flawless my face looks right now. It's a little bit yellower than the rest of me. I tend to get really pink on my chest anyway, but there is a difference, although not as much of a difference as it looks like in the viewfinder. I am going to go put on the rest of my makeup, see how the rest of my makeup applies over top of here. Let's see what time I put this on. 8:39, so we'll call like 8:30 the time that I put this on for check-ins through the day. Okay, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm back and I've put my makeup on. I thought my makeup went on really well. I feel like everything just went on beautifully over top of it. My pores are kind of highlighted, but I think that is more the fault of the blush I was using. It gives a little bit of a highlight to the cheeks, and highlight kind of emphasizes pores. That being said, I don't think I see a super amount of pore minimizing with the BB cream as they claim that it did, but everything is looking really flawless. Everything went on really nice over top. My bronzer, my highlight, my blush blended out nicely. The only thing I set it with was a little very light dusting of Cover FX setting powder, because that's the same thing that I used in the e.l.f. video, and I wanted to give it a comparable first impression, but I do feel like everything blended really well on top of it. I am now going to get on with my day. I will do some check-ins and then I will give you my thoughts at the end of the day. So it is 2:40 in the afternoon, which means it's been 6 hours since I put this on, and it is holding in really well. I'll tell you a few things that I've noticed. First of all, I will say it's worn off on my chin, but that is not necessarily the fault of the product. I was out walking with my parka on, and it kind of goes up and hits my chin, so my chin really rubs against the fabric. But the rest of my face is looking good. The contour and highlight is still hanging in there. And when I look closely, I can see that everything is still color corrected, but at the same time, you can't really see the product. I will say, considering this is saying that it is a matte product, that I do see shine, but not oily shine. It's more like a nice glow. I don't feel oily in any way. I will say as well that I did not really set this. I mean, the product says to use their matte primer and then their Stay Matte powder, which I do have and tend to use a lot, but I feel like if I used a matte primer and a matte powder with almost any foundation or BB product, that it would help me stay matte through the day. And considering this is a matte BB cream, I feel like it should keep me staying matte without all of that prep. It's looking good. I am really enjoying this. As I said, it's got a little bit of shine, but not oily shine, just a little bit of glow. And at 6 hours in, we are holding in well so far. I will do another update a bit later. It is about 10 after 7, so it is coming up on 11 hours of having this BB cream on. I guess like 10 and a half hours of having it on. And at this point, it's pretty faded. You don't really see as much of the contour and the blush, and when I look closely, I can still see some coverage here. I mean, I've been doing different things throughout the day. I don't touch my face, but sometimes if I'm lying on the couch doing something or working on my computer, I tend to sort of sit in different ways. And also I've had like a horrible runny nose today, so it's really rubbed off. Like my nose is looking really red. But this lasted, I would say, probably until the like 8.5 hour mark. My boyfriend came over for dinner at about 6 o'clock, and when he came in, he said, "Oh, you look really nice." And then, not that you don't look nice all the time, but you look especially nice today. So, you know, it got compliments. And he has no idea that I was testing new makeup of any kind. So this has been good. I mean, I am shiny now, and I'm just gonna sort of, I mean, I'm feeling maybe a little oily now, but compared to some of the other BB creams where I get really oily if I don't use a matte primer and a matte powder, this has lasted really nice. I wouldn't not say that it is matte when you put it on. I mean, I had a nice skin-like glow even from the start. I think it made my skin look super flawless when it first went on. I think my makeup went on really well on top of it. I'm really looking forward to testing this product with a few primers, setting sprays. I didn't use any kind of setting spray today, and using the Rimmel Stay Matte powder along with the Rimmel BB cream to give this a little bit more of a fair shot, but it is really good. I really enjoyed my first impression of it. So that is my first impression of the Rimmel Matte BB cream, is that I think it's a good one. So basically 1 week from now, I will be back with my final thoughts after having some time to test both the e.l.f. BB cream and the Rimmel BB cream, and I hope you join me then. If you like this video and you like these kinds of wear tests, give me a thumbs up. That would be wonderful. Leave any comments you might have below. I respond to every comment that I get. And if you have not subscribed, you can either click on the subscribe button below or on my face at the end of this video. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.